Do you have to make a speech? Or do a presentation? Are you nervous? Do you need some help? I can help you. Hello, my name's Ronnie. I'm going to teach you a couple of tips and a couple of ways to help you when you have to do a scary presentation or a speech. When I was younger, when I was really young, I had to do speeches every year in elementary school and high school, maybe? I don't remember. I don't remember high school, okay? I do remember specifically in elementary school, every year we had to do speeches. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You are looking at the grade 3 speech champion of Memorial School. Thank you, thank you. Look what I am today. So, when I was in grade 3, I made the best speech in my class. I went on to do the speech in the auditorium or the gymnasium. I won first place. Oh yeah. I won a book. I don't like books. I was like, I got a book, thanks. Okay. I was 8 years old. I wrote a speech. I delivered the speech and I won. I'm going to teach you what I know. This isn't a foolproof way, but this is how I do it. And maybe this will work for you. How to make a speech or a presentation. Speeches and presentations are, of course, different. Speeches are more what you want to tell people about an interesting topic, and presentations are usually more work-based, but sometimes they overlap. Sometimes in schools, you have to do a speech, and also you will probably have to make a presentation about maybe a boring topic that the teacher gives you, like World War II. How mundane. So, the very first thing that I'm going to tell you about is how to actually form or make a decent speech. Sometimes this is unavoidable, but maybe if you can, choose a good or interesting topic. When I say interesting or good, the only person that needs to think this is interesting is you. If you have a wide open topic, for example, your history teacher goes, World War II. You go, oh God. Okay, well, I know the history of World War II and the terrible Hitler and all this stuff went down. So what you're going to do is you're going to try and choose a different angle, a different topic, or a different way to present the information that no one's heard about before. So, if you have the opportunity to choose your own topic and the teacher doesn't give it to you, wide open spaces, choose what you like. What's your hobby? What's your passion? What do you like to talk about? Choose that, bam, make a really interesting presentation or speech. If you're excited about the topic, then the other people will also feel your enthusiasm or feel your excitement, and it'll be a good speech or presentation. So 1, choose a good or interesting topic if you can. Number 2, this is really important. If you are given a topic, I know it might be boring, know your topic or know your content. Nowadays, you can just go on to the the good old website, the internet, and you can blog the information off of Wikipedia or off of any kind of web page that you want. Throw together a speech, stand up in front of everyone staring at you, yabber, 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 jabber, jabber, jabber. Then at the end of it, thank God it's over, someone's gonna ask you a question. Oh God, I don't know the answer. Because you didn't research it, you just copied and pasted off of the internet. You can do that, whiz through it, ask a question, I don't know, speech is done. But if you have to do this for work, if your boss gives you a presentation or a speech to do for work, and it's really important, know your stuff. Know maybe what the people are going to ask you. Think of questions you would ask someone giving the same speech. As long as you know the information, your confidence is going to go like this. Your nervousness or your anxiety is going to go like this. If you are confident, you know the topic, you know in and out everything about it, You're going to be the expert on it, and it's going to rock, okay? Next one. Know your audience. Who are you talking to? Are you going to be speaking to people from other countries? Does everyone know and understand your language? Or are some people from different countries and have a hard time knowing your language or don't really know? Or you have to make a presentation in English and English is not your first language. Cool. Don't worry about it. Relax. Take your time. But know who you're talking to. If you have to do a speech to people who are children, you have to use vocabulary and language that the children know. You also have to talk to them in a way where they understand and respect you. If you're doing a business presentation and it has to be really, really formal, so do you. You have to know what you want the people to get out of it, and you have to know who the people are. Really important. Next one. Just to make it more interesting, just so nobody falls asleep, starts drooling, use, if you can, props. So props are things like, I don't know, some paper towel, or a lot of the times when you're doing presentations, you have a beautiful computer, use some slides, use some pictures. Anything to hold the person's interest during the speech or during the presentation. If there's one person just talking, guess what? I'm going to turn off. I'm going to be so bored and I'm not going to listen anymore. Try and make the content with pictures or slides or props or something. Something to make it different from other people. Next one. Do you like making presentations? No? What about speeches? Do you like speeches? No? Okay. One way to maybe start a speech or start a presentation, grab the audience's attention. Don't grab the audience, grab their attention, is to start your speech or start your presentation with a question. It's kind of an old technique, but it works every time. Instead of going up to the front and going, today I'm gonna talk about elephants. You're gonna go, hey, do you like elephants? Have you ever ridden on an elephant? No? Go ride an elephant. If you grab the audience's attention at first, the more people are gonna like it, they're gonna listen to it, and it's just gonna be more fun. Problem. You've written this amazing speech, okay? You've got a great topic, you know all the information. Someone's going to ask you a question, you got the answer. You know the people, you got some slides, you got some props. You've got it, awesome. But, oh my God, you are so nervous, okay? You're anxious, you can't sleep the night before, during the presentation, before the presentation. You're really nervous, you're shaking. That's normal. Don't worry. The more presentations you make, the more speeches you do, this nervousness and this anxiety will hopefully lessen, go away, dissipate. I remember the very first time that I got to be a teacher. When I was teaching before, I was in a tiny classroom for people, and I'll never forget the time I walked into a classroom and everyone was staring at me. Was I nervous? Oh yeah. Was I anxious? Not really, because I knew my stuff. I know what these people want. I know what they need. I know what I have to give them. So, you are nervous? That's cool. Tips to combat nervousness. Don't drink a lot of coffee. If you drink a lot of coffee before the presentation, you're gonna be moving. The coffee's gonna make you seem more nervous. Maybe you're calm, but the coffee gets your body moving more. And people have always said, when you're making a speech or a presentation, do not move around too much. I disagree. I remember I was making a presentation in high school and I stood in a strange position and I stood on my foot and I fell over. It was hilarious. I fell. I almost hit my head on the board. The whole class was like, oh, are you okay? I thought it was funny. Who got extra marks? Me. because I was able to laugh at it and continue going. Bad things might happen. You might fall over. But if you deliver a speech like this and are a statue and don't move, it's boring. Body movement is essential when you're making a speech. You want the person to look at you. You want to make sure that they're not sleeping. You want to move around, okay? Also, it hides your nervousness. The reason why I was doing this when I was in class is because I was nervous and I was playing with my feet and I fell. I do a little dance if I'm a little nervous. I listen to music before I do my presentation so that I'm not as nervous. I think about a song and I play it. The only concrete way that I can tell you to really, really, really stop your nervousness is to practice. You've got this beautiful speech, but you don't know it. You have not remembered it. It's impossible to memorize everything. But the more you practice your speech, the more comfortable you're going to be presenting it to other people. If you go up to the front and you read off a piece of paper, your voice is going to be like a robot. It's going to be terrible. So you need to practice it so you can remember quite a lot of it. The more you practice, the more you know, the more comfortable you become with yourself saying it. And because you know your topic, because you know your audience, because you've practiced your speech, nothing can go wrong. Maybe you forget a word. That's cool. You keep on going because you've practiced it. When it comes time to make the speech, please speak loud enough so that everyone can hear you. And please speak clearly. When you're speaking to people, you have to slow down. One problem I have when I'm nervous is I talk really quickly and I mumble, which means I don't say the words clearly. That's a nervous factor. Usually when I start, I talk really, really fast. But by the end of it, you pace yourself, and your speech becomes clearer. That's natural, that's cool, but try and concentrate on having a loud voice and saying the words clearly. This is really important. If someone was giving you a presentation or a speech and they stared directly at one person, let's say the one person was you, how would you feel? I'd feel nervous. So, when you're making a speech or presentation, it's really important to maintain eye contact. Not with one person, not with the floor, not with your paper, with everyone. Really, really important to look at every single person that you're talking to. Do a little room sweep. Go, hey, Bob, yeah, what's up? Pretend that you're individually looking at all the people. Don't stare at one person. That's weird. Don't stare at two people. It's like you're playing ping pong. Are you guys playing ping pong? Don't do that. That's strange. Don't stare straight ahead. Don't stare at the ceiling. Look at the people. Look at their eyes. Okay? Look at the people's eyes. Make sure they're looking at you. If someone's sleeping or if someone's not paying attention to you, if you look at them, they're like, oh, hey, yeah. Very important, eye contact. Sometimes, like I said, you've got your speech, you're nervous, you practice, but of course you think, oh my God, what if I forget or blank out or I just can't do it? Oh, what am I going to do? Well, solution, cue cards. Cue cards are little pieces of paper or cardboard that you write down your main points of your presentation or your speech. So, you do not want to read or write down all of the speech because you're like this. Yesterday, I saw a really cool elephant. It was gray. It was gray. If you write down all the speech, your eyes have to read it really quickly and it stops the flow of your speech. So, write down the main points of the cue cards. Maybe on one cue card, you can have the main point and 3 points to help you. So maybe you're reading something or you're speaking and you forget something. That's cool. Oh yeah, that part. Okay. And say to the people, to say, oh, hold on. Good. There's no problem forgetting something. But if there's a long silence or you're awkward about it, there's a problem. Apologize, look it up. Everyone's cool. Don't worry about it. So, during your presentation, make eye contact, speak loudly, speak clearly. Try and remember your speech. Practice, practice, practice. It's going to reduce your nervousness and your anxiety. Before you make the speech, make sure it's pretty interesting. To help you more with this, there's a really, really cool website called presentationprep.com. If you're finding that you have to do a lot of presentations for work or for school or for anything, check out this website. It'll help you, just like this did. Good luck in your speeches. Adios.